Hey everybody, so welcome to the channel. Now, have you ever wondered where red, yellow and green status comes from when you look at things like business reviews? Now, no doubt you've seen them. Perhaps you've been on the receiving end of some red statuses you had to resolve. But are we using these colours in the way that they were originally intended when they were created? Now, a man called Henry Booth of the Liverpool and Manchester Railway is to thank for the colours that we see today, also for traffic lights. Now, in the mid-1800s, there was an increasing number of rail accidents, and there was pressure to standardise flags and signals for trains. So here you see they first came up with this idea. At the time, red meant danger or stop. It signalled immediate hazard, occupied track or emergency. Now, a white flag meant clear or safe. Now, a white flag told the driver the line was clear, go ahead, everything is safe to proceed. Now, instead, a green flag meant caution, proceed carefully, expect a possible stop ahead, or conditions that are not fully clear. Now, as they put this together, they quickly learned that the white flag was confusing. So later on, they changed it to how we know it today. Red meaning danger, yellow meaning caution, and green meaning, of course, go. Now, in the railways, the colours were about permission and risk. Each colour told you what action you were allowed to do next. That was the idea. They were risk related. But in business scorecards, the colours became judgment labels. Green means good or success. Yellow means slightly bad but kind of acceptable. And red means failure or worst case, blame. And this is the key shift. You see, in the case of the railway and also the cars, they were about enabling safe decisions. But businesses often use them now to summarize performance after the fact. So instead of what action is safe to do right now, we ask who is doing well, and more importantly, who is not doing well. And that is why sometimes scorecards fail. You see, a green KPI can still hide risk. A red KPI can exist with no recovery plan, and a yellow becomes a kind of comfort zone in between where people don't really want to upset anybody. So businesses have borrowed a safety language and they turn it into a performance judgment system. Now, the problem with this is judgments are, by nature, subjective. Every person brings their own interpretation. One person is green, another person is yellow. What looks safe to one manager might feel kind of risky to another manager. So when that happens, the colour stops being a signal like they were originally designed and they become an opinion. So what is the right way to use red, yellow and green in scorecards and businesses? Now, there are a few concrete steps to do this, and I designed to avoid what we call the watermelon effect, meaning green on the outside, but all on the inside is all red. See, each colour must be tied to an explicit condition and action, not feelings. First, in order to do this, you need a really strong framework linked to clear metrics and numbers. And more importantly, everyone in the company and organisation must know this framework. It should be written at the bottom of scorecards with its assessments so everyone clearly understands what a red means, what a yellow means, what a green means. Up front, or always embedding. You see, the kind of good practices for this looks like red means we are missing our target and we don't yet have a credible recovery plan. Now, yellow means we are missing our target, but we've got an approved recovery plan and we're following up, but we're not quite reaching the target yet. And green means we are on target and we're willing and able to make it. Now, this goes back to what is considered to be a good red, yellow and green use. Now, bad status reports are subjective. It's not built on solid metrics. There's no shared understanding of what the colours actually mean. Good status reports are different. The colour is not the message. The action behind the colours is the key thing in those meetings. Now, one final rule that really matters, and you might see this in business. The time to argue about a target or status is not when you are missing it. Targets, thresholds and colour rules must be agreed in advance with clear governance. If a metric is red, it stays red until the conditions change. No big manager can suddenly change them because they don't like the colour. And it always needs to be about the actions that change it, not because some big manager doesn't like the colour status. And that to me really is how we should be using red, yellow and green, the way it was originally intended and designed, as a clear, measurable signal tied to actions and ownership to help make timely decisions. So I hope you enjoyed this short video, and I'm going to be doing some more on this topic. Thanks for watching.